Hi everyone, welcome to Global Analysis Room.
Today, history was written, but not everyone agrees on which chapter. Somaliland's President Abdiraham Mohamed Abdullahi, known as Cirro, has arrived in Israel for an official state visit. In a post on X, he wrote, I have arrived in Israel as the first president of the Republic of Somaliland to undertake a state visit, and I am honored by the warm welcome extended by my friend President Isaac Herguns. This follows Israel's reported recognition of Somaliland in December 2025, a move Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud called one of the darkest days in the history of Somalia, accusing Tel Aviv of exploiting the long-running dispute between Mogadishu and Hargeisa. In an earlier interview with Dahawan TV, Mahmoud said the federal government now faces two choices in responding: force or dialogue. President Cirro framed the visit as a historic milestone. For 35 years, the people of Somaliland have built a peaceful, democratic, and resilient nation. We asked the world, do you see us? Israel answered first. He added that generations have struggled to bring Somaliland to this moment and that he carries the people's hope with him. The visit, he says, marks the beginning of a new chapter based on friendship, cooperation, and mutual respect. From Hargeysa's perspective, this is not a provocation. It is a long overdue recognition of functioning stable democracy that has existed independently since 1991, even without international consensus. But the global response is far from unified. The United States has reaffirmed the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Somalia, a move widely seen as a blow to Somaliland's ambition. In a report to Congress on potential areas for improved United States engagement with Somaliland, the State Department explicitly stated that Somaliland is included within the Federal Republic of Somalia. That means Washington is not following Jerusalem's lead. For now, the United States continues to prioritize stability with the Mogadishu based federal government, even as it keeps doors open for engagement with Hargeisa. Why does Israel care so much? Somaliland sits on the Gulf of Aden, at the southern entrance to the Red Sea, one of the world's most vital shipping choke points. Analysts say Israel's views closer ties with Somaliland as a way to strengthen its position near the Red Sea, especially amid ongoing tensions with Iran and its regional allies. And here's a critical piece of context. As I've said before, Iran has hit every U.S. base in the Middle East except for Camp Lemonnier, the largest U.S. base in Africa, located in Djibouti, just across the border from Somaliland. That camp is a hub for drone operations, surveillance, and rapid response across the Horn of Africa. If Tehran sees Israel gaining a foothold in Somaliland, just a few hundred kilometers away, that could change the threat calculus. So Israel's recognition isn't just about diplomacy, it's about inserting itself in a very crowded, combustible neighborhood. Among the Somali and Somaliland diaspora, particularly in the Western countries, reactions are deeply split. We've seen footages of some celebrating in the streets, welcoming Israeli recognition as international legitimacy Somaliland has sought, but we've also seen many Somaliland leaderships for shame. We also seen a lot of Somalis shaming the Somaliland's leadership for aligning with Israel, arguing it undermines pan-Somali unity and plays into external power hands. This is not a simple pro or anti-Israel story. It's a debate over identity, survival, and who gets to define sovereignty. This is the bottom line. The President Cirro is in Israel today, writing what he calls a new chapter, but the United States still backs Mogadishu's territorial integrity. Iran is watching closely from across the Gulf, and the diaspora is torn between hope and outrage. Somalia's president says he faces a choice between force and dialogue. For now, the world is watching to see which one he picks and whether Israel first says yes leads to others and other unintended consequences. Thanks for watching. If you want unbiased breakdowns of complex geopolitical shifts, subscribe and hit the bell.